All right. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to a WrestleScope Live that, well, it's not the usual background. Here at work, figured for 30 days of WrestleScope, was going to do something a little different here and going to go live here, see who all wants to jump in and join in on the comments. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can stay updated every time that we will be on live. And let me switch. Oh, wait, no, ticker. There we go. And we have to ask the question, who blew up Oli Davis? All right, I'm going to turn the comments on. I'm going to be doing some work, so if I'm not talking, throw your comments in, throw your questions in. I do have AEW Dark Elevation on in the background, so maybe we could talk about that a little bit. So obviously this is a little bit of a different stream. Normally I'm usually talking quite a bit, so throw your comments, throw your questions in. What were your thoughts on Raw last night? How do you feel about the build towards WrestleMania? What are you excited about? And of course, who blew up Oli Davis? We're doing just free form here today, so again, ask your questions, ask away today. Maybe I'll show you what I'm actually working on here in a minute. So if you're watching this on replay and you saw my tweet from yesterday, tweeted out, this is not my full-time thing, doing wrestling YouTube. I have a regular full-time job, which I'll show you here in a little bit, and I do this because it's a passion of mine, wrestling. So I'm not in a situation like many of the great YouTube content creators for wrestling are, that I don't get paid for what I'm doing. Everything, as far as equipment, subscriptions, everything else, comes out of my own pocket. So that's why I'm doing something a little different here today by doing this. And again, this may not be the most entertaining live stream ever. Nope. Sorry, just got a message from my son. I'll respond to him real quick on that. Always so much fun. So actually, let me show you what I'm working on here real quick. Will it allow me to flip the camera? Oh, I don't know if I can. No, I cannot. So I will have to show you. So I work for a sign and banner shop here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I am actually working on these school banners right now, putting edging on them to strengthen them and do grommets. So that's what I do for my full-time job during the day when I'm not talking about wrestling. I would love to be able to be on social media all day long, writing stories, doing videos, posting things on Twitter and whatnot, talking about wrestling, but it's just not the way it works. Yeah, I will openly say yes. You know, I am I am in a way jealous of, people like Sean Ross Sapp and Alex McCarthy, guys from Wrestling Observer, Denise Salcedo, everybody over at WrestleTalk, all those wonderful people. Thank you for jumping in. Hey, throw in your comments. Again, going to ask the question, who blew up Oli Davis? If you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely check out my Twitter. But this is the live 30 days of WrestleScope. Figured I was going to do something a little different and do something for my subscribers. If you want to jump in and if you have any comments, if you have any questions, ask me anything you want. Do you want to learn more about John personally? Do you want my opinions on wrestling? Leave your thoughts in the comments too about the build to WrestleMania. What do you think the show is going to be like? What are you most excited for? Are you actually going to watch? So throw that into your comments. Let's get the conversation going. Like I said, I'll be going back and forth here while I'm doing my work. But definitely leave your comments. Let me know too. I forgot to do a mic check. Let me know if the audio is okay. Actually, let me. Oh, Carl, thank you very much. Good. Yeah, sorry, I'm not doing more talking. Hey, Brian, how are you doing? So, yeah, I figured we was going to do something a little bit different here today with this. Wasn't sure how the audio was going to be because I'm using my iPad. But yeah, definitely leave in your comments. What did you watch Raw last night, and what did you think of it? Are you as disappointed in the build to WrestleMania as I've been? And of course, the question of the day: who blew up Oli Davis? I know I'm losing a few of you on that one. That question, like, who the heck is Oli Davis, and what are you talking about? As I always mention, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Excuse me. Hopefully you got a chance to check out my NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver predictions last night. I will be doing, I got my keyboard out of the way here. I will be doing my WrestleMania predictions on Thursday. Going to be a little bit of a struggle with that because I still have this funny feeling there's going to be a change to the card on Friday. So, Carl, you obviously understand the reference. Yeah, I actually put in the chat today. Sorry, I'm opening up double-sided tape. They've obviously dropped the storyline with Oli David that, I mean, it came up in one of the Ultra Chat questions that they had. So Carl Scott, you obviously know I've been bucking for that title. Well, I'm almost thinking we need to get and I may pitch this idea to Alex McCarthy, we need to get a Wrestling Daily championship of some sort. And if that happens, when I finally win it, I'm going to challenge whoever the Jam That Jam champion is to a title versus title match. I think that would be kind of fun. I'm not quite sure how it would work. I mean, Louis Van Gore could help out a lot with that since obviously he works for WrestleTalk, but is also the really the technical guy behind Wrestling Daily. So I'm struggling here a little bit because I decided to do this 30 days of WrestleScope thing, and we're at day 6, and this is the 6th one. And, obviously, as we get through the rest of this week and going into next week, it's going to be fairly easy to do content. But I'm struggling to think about, all right, what the heck am I going to do after next week? And Brian, you sent me a great idea. I'm going to look into that. I was actually planning on doing something surrounding NXT, but the Peacock Network kind of screwed that up for me because I had been watching all the old NXT takeovers, and I got up to Takeover 25, and now, I mean, I haven't been able to search yet, but I'm struggling to be able to find takeovers on the Peacock Network now, so I cannot finish. I was planning on doing my top 10 list of the greatest NXT takeover matches ever, and I was going to do it I was going to try doing it before Stand and Deliver, but I can't now. There's no way I'll be able to get it done. So probably be sometime next week. And it's going to be tough because there was a lot of great matches. There's a few that stand out. I got to go back through my notes. But going through 30 plus takeovers, that's been a lot of work. And I'm very fortunate. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background. I've got a TV playing in the background here at work. I'm able to pretty much watch what I want during the day. And 90% of it is wrestling based. Right now I've got AEW Dark Elevation on. Tomorrow, obviously, I'll be watching Dark. Though, no, actually, I can't watch. Okay, hold on. Oh, are you talking about best NXT takeover matches ever? Well, that was at WrestleMania though, Rec. That was at WrestleMania. That was a takeover match. And it's funny, my boss is doing a live on his TikTok right now. So we got two lives going. So all right, let's do this. Let's pose a question here. Let me add one. No, we're not going to do who blew up Oli Davis. Let's see if I can get this to work. All right. What? Here, we'll put this in the. Go ahead and answer your comments. What WrestleMania match are you excited for? If there is one. I've heard on a number of different podcasts that people just aren't excited about WrestleMania this year. Oli Davis put it perfectly in his review today on WrestleTalk that they did absolutely nothing to give me excitement on the build for WrestleMania. Absolutely nothing. And I agree with that. You know, SmackDown and Raw have been that way the last 2 weeks. Personally, at this point, the only two matches I am excited for are the triple threat for the Universal title and Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. Those are the only two. I mean, I know there's going to be good matches on the show, but as far as the build is sucked for everything. I mean, theoretically, we should all be excited about Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, but they have just completely dropped the ball on the build for that. It has been absolutely terrible. You know, all this stupid crap with Reginald and having Shayna and Nia involved in that whole thing. And I'm sorry, but the Sasha Banks' promos over the last 2 months have been awful. They've just been awful. Speaking of things that have been awful, I don't know if you guys watch AEW Dark or Dark Elevation, but this whole thing they're doing with Michael Nakazawa as the assistant to Kenny Omega, I just don't get it. So I take it from nobody commenting, you're not excited for anything at WrestleMania. That's kind of feels like that's what the overall feeling is right now. Is nobody's really excited about it. I mean, this is supposed to be. I mean, I'm still gonna watch because obviously I'm paying for Peacock. What?
There's all the birthday slips.
All right. I keep forgetting I can throw comments up there. Yep. Not sure I'll watch. Just can't get excited. I agree with that. Carl. Yeah, with them changing the matches every week, hard to get excited. Interesting. You're actually excited for Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. I don't know. I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion that Asuka's going to end up losing the title. I really love that function in StreamYard where I can put people's comments up. That is awesome. I'm still learning how all this stuff works. Because I'm still pretty new to this. I mean, I've only been doing it for a couple of months. quite honestly, I'm not interested in any. Um, going back to this comment, I'm not excited in any of the women's matches at WrestleMania. Not a one of them. I'm disappointed that there is absolutely nothing for Bayley. What? I've got a sandwich, but I could save it. What do you want? Oh. What are you in the mood for? I'm doing a live on my YouTube channel. Yeah. No, it's all good. Trying something out as I'm trying to do 30 days of different stuff, 30 straight days of stuff on my channel. So.
Yeah, but show them the cool stuff.
You could. That's why I can't flip the. I can't. That's right. I can't flip my camera on this. I was trying to figure out how to flip my camera. Like, oh wait, I don't have a back. Oh wait, I do have a back camera. Yeah, StreamYard won't allow me to switch it, which is fine. Not a big deal. I'm still learning how to use StreamYard. Anyways, there's so many different variants in it.
Yeah, actually, that was when I just went live right there. I just did the live to try to load the machine. I've never had that many people before. It was like 100-something times.
Wow.
Which usually doesn't. It's only 20 usually. That I can't do the POV doing that. It's too shaky.
Yeah.
People were weird.
All right, let's switch the question here. Let's get that off. Actually, I will edit that. Here we go. This is more of a yes or no question. But I'll throw this one out there. Are you going to watch the WWE Hall of Fame tonight? Obviously, it's going to be very different than what we've had in years past. There's not going to be live presenters. There's going to be video packages. I really don't. Oh, and here, let me show you what I'm doing here. This is a grometer that we use to put, I don't know if you can see it, put grommets into the edges of our banners here. So if you hear that noise, that's what I'm doing. Can't really do a POV to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. It's kind of hard to do that since I'm using the iPad. I'm going to watch probably on replay, just because I kind of need to if I do this kind of channel. Hold on, Brian, you may want to edit that comment because that looks wrong. I don't want to put your comment up because somebody could misunderstand that, so you may want to edit that comment. Yeah, a lot of it's going to be dependent on free time for me too. I'll probably have it on in the background. I do have something going on with family tonight, so I won't be home for the. Actually, I will probably miss most of it. Well, it's not live, but when they actually broadcast it, so I will probably have to watch on replay. The only one I'm really interested to see is Kane. The rest of them, I don't care about. Oh. Yes, Carl, I agree with you. I understand why WWE did it this way this year. Kind of stinks. It's a shame for everybody that is getting inducted, but the class of 2020 lost out on it last year, so at least they get to do something this year. But It was all pre-taped over the weekend, last weekend. So, yeah, none of it's live. Hey, nothing wrong with free wine tasting. You know, if you're able to take some of that free wine home, you may need it for WrestleMania this weekend. I have joked. I don't know if I've done it on YouTube or if I've done it on TikTok. I think I did it on here. I've got a bottle of the Conor McGregor Proper 12 Irish whiskey, and I didn't drink any of it last night, just because during Raw, usually during Raw, I gotta move you guys over a little bit here. Usually during Raw, I've been in Thunderdome for Raw and SmackDown, but since Raw and SmackDown were both pre-taped for this week, it wasn't an option. So, and I knew the show was going to be garbage going into it. I knew it wasn't going to be very good, so I watched the first 45 minutes, and then I left with my son, and we went out shopping during Raw. We went out. We've got a Dick's Sporting Goods outlet shop that is closing down, and they've got stupid, ridiculous sales on things right now. I got a pair of $110 Nike running shoes for 26 bucks. A couple of Wisconsin Badger hoodies for my boys that are normally $50 each for 12 bucks. Yeah. Straight down the street. I can go. Yeah, I can go in a couple of minutes here then. I am not familiar with Dan Gable. Obviously, I know who Bill Apter is. And, I don't know if that's what I kind of find interesting is that they have not put in any celebrity, well, not celebrity, but like wrestling writers. And obviously, the two top of the list would be Apter and Dave Meltzer. Say what you will about Meltzer. We're not going to get into the debate about Dave Meltzer, but I mean, you've got to respect what the dude has done over the last 4 decades. Really 5 decades, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 10s. Yeah, think about it. Dave Meltzer is in his 6th decade of reporting wrestling. Because did I count that right? 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 10s, 20s. That's crazy. That he is into his 6th decade of reporting wrestling news. I don't know if WWE will ever do that though, because at least while Vince McMahon is alive, because he has always hated guys like Meltzer because he looks at them as dirt sheets. And I would certainly hope that he would have a higher level of respect for Bill Apter, but it's funny, actually, it's the second time in a week Apter's name has been brought up for something. But Dan Gable, yeah, I gotta check into him. I mean, the name sounds familiar, but Carl, remind me, what is he most known for? Oh, yes. Okay. You know, and being a Midwest guy, doggone it, you'd think I'd know that. Oh, Dan Gable actually has a connection to Kurt Angle, doesn't he? I believe he does, through U.S. Olympics. I think he was kind of influential in Mark Henry getting into wrestling too, wasn't he? Or Mark Henry mentioned his, either Henry or Angle mentioned Dan Gable's name in their Hall of Fame inductions, I think. Whoops. All right. Well, I'm actually going to jump off of here pretty soon because I need to go run and grab lunch for the boss and me. But hold on. Let's do. Oh, wait. Hold on. Gotta get that. No offense, Carl. Gotta get that off. Let's do one more question. Okay, here's the other question. Are you going to watch NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver? My answer is a wholehearted yes. I will watch Dynamite on replay. I am more excited for night 2 than I am night 1. Night 1 is going to be good. I think we're going to see a new NXT Women's Champion crown on night 1. I think grizzled young veterans are going to win the NXT Tag Team Championships. I really don't care about who's going to win that gauntlet match to face Johnny Gargano because, quite honestly, I am not impressed with any of the 6 guys that are in there. I think it's going to be Dexter Lumis because they've been leading for so long to Lumis versus Gargano. But hey, I could be wrong. But of the entire weekend, night 2 of NXT TakeOver is going to be the shining light of everything for this weekend. I don't think either night of WrestleMania is going to be standout nights. Drew versus Bobby is going to be good. The triple threat for the Universal title is in the perfect spot of being the main event, the last thing on the show. I think that'll be good. But beyond that, the women's wrestling is going to suck. I'm more excited for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match than I am for anything surrounding the WWE Women's Tag Team matches. That gauntlet match, which is what it's going to be, as a gauntlet match on night 1 of WrestleMania, is going to be an absolute joke because you look at the women that are in there, and it's going to be a hot mess. It really is. The best person in that ring, unless they add somebody else, is going to end up being Ruby Riott. Everybody, and maybe Naomi. But TakeOver is going to be fantastic. Actually, the 2 matches I'm looking forward to the most on TakeOver are Ciampa versus Walter for the NXT UK title. Holy crap, that match is going to be phenomenal. But Cole versus O'Reilly, the unsanctioned match on night 2, I can just imagine what those 2 are going to put each other through. Just imagine. Balor and Karrion Kross is going to be good. Johnny Gargano, whoever he ends up facing, he's going to lose. Grizzled young veterans better win the tag team titles. Jordan Devlin, well, realistically, there's no loser in that cruiserweight title match. Though I think just with everything Jordan Devlin has gone through, it needs to be him. Santos Escobar can move on to other things like maybe the North American title. Santos Escobar, he has got to be within 12 months of winning the NXT title. I think he will be an NXT champion in 2022 before he gets called up to the main roster. If they call him up sooner, they're going to end up screwing him up. Raquel Gonzalez is going to be the NXT Women's Champion. I think she's going to hang on to that belt for quite a while. At least through the summer until Taya Valkyrie beats her for it. Or she'll have a great feud with Taya Valkyrie, and then Taya will come up right around SummerSlam time. All right, I think I am going to jump out of here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. most likely not going to be on tonight, unless something big pops during the day today. With it being WrestleMania week, anything's possible. We'll definitely be back tomorrow with day 7 of the 30 days of WrestleScope. Don't quite know yet. Still figuring out what I'm going to do tomorrow. Um, I may end up breaking up my WrestleMania predictions into 2 streams. Not quite sure yet. I know I'm going to have to do that on TikTok, but for here on YouTube, I'm not 100% sure. Definitely make sure if you are going to be on YouTube, if you're going to be available in just under an hour and a half, make sure you check out the Wrestling Daily channel. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got to put this up there. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Yeah, definitely follow my friends at Wrestling Daily, Stephanie Chase, True Heel Heat. Give them follows. But Wrestling Daily with Alex McCarthy and Louis Dangor coming up at 2 p.m. Central Time. So just a little over an hour. I know they're going to be talking about proposed matches for WrestleMania that got scrapped. Always a great time. Don't know if I'm going to be making a call-in appearance on the show today or not. We shall see. But definitely head on over to Wrestling Daily. If you're an AEW fan, definitely check out Stephanie Chase. She does a phenomenal job with everything AEW. And the guys over at True Heel Heat, man, they are a fun stream to watch. They talk about everything wrestling, SP3 and all those guys over there. So check them out. Again, always remember to check me out as well on all my different social media. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to head out. Time to go grab some lunch. We'll talk to you guys later.